Hi, everybody, and welcome to day 8 of this yoga challenge. I really appreciate your presence here on my channel and for sticking with this challenge. And if you're just starting today, you can always go back and do the others, or you can continue to join me as I post pretty regularly, pretty frequently on this channel. So hopefully it'll keep you inspired to have a regular practice. Even just a little bit goes a long way towards your overall health and well-being. So we're gonna have a yoga mat handy and let's get started in today's brief practice. So we're gonna go ahead and start today's practice in a tabletop position. Making your way onto all fours with palms under the shoulders and knees under the hips, and just tuning into how your hands are connecting to the mat. We're gonna fan the fingers wide and then root down a little more through the index finger and thumb. And then we're going to soften the elbows and roll your inner biceps toward the outer arms. So there's the sense of plugging your arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Then start to drop your belly down. On your inhale, gently look up. When you exhale, we're going to press through the tops of the feet, scoop the tail, and round chin to chest. And just take a moment to pause in that rounded spine to really bring some breath deep into the back ribs as you inhale. And then as you exhale, start to hang the belly down, lift the sitting bones, and gently look up. So we're moving through some really slow cat and cows, just really intentionally starting to move the body and see how you feel today. Good. And then letting the belly drop. And we're inhaling as the belly drops, looking up. And we're exhaling to scoop and round. And maybe send the hips back a little bit as you exhale. And as you inhale, send the chest forward a little bit. Soft elbows. And then as you exhale, go ahead and come back into a child's pose, hips to heels. And melt your belly down, taking a moment to close your eyes and wriggle the hips back toward the back of your mat. Feel the stretch all along the side ribs, from the pinkies right to the hip creases. And a little check-in with how you feel, what's your intention for this practice today, and how you're feeling after a regular daily practice commitment. This is day 8. Hopefully you've been practicing every day since the first video came out. So just tune into where you're at and be open and receptive to whatever that is today, with your intention in mind to guide your effort. Let's press through the tops of the feet and slowly stand on the knees. As we stand up on the knees, we're going to roll the shoulder blades down on the back, lightly interlace the fingers and press the palms away and then up. Stretch the palms up as you inhale. We'll look up. When you exhale, you can just press away from the chest, or you can go ahead and sit down and draw your belly in and really round through that upper back. And then on the inhale, pressing through the tops of the feet, lift up. Any amount of back bend, and then exhale, belly in, round, press away. And then inhale up. And exhale, come down, bring your palms to press. Draw the chin toward the chest and interlace the awkward finger on top, and we'll do the same flow. So we're going to inhale, lift up, and then exhale, press away. Whatever range of motion is available. Inhale, lifting up, lifting your rib cages up, and exhale, belly in, press away. One more inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, let the arms come down alongside the body, and gently slide your right fingertips down towards your outer right thigh, maybe grazing your calf, and reach your left fingertips up and over for that side bend. Turning your gaze up toward the ceiling, drawing your ribs in, and finding that breath along the left side. Inhale, then exhale, lightly press that left hand down. We'll slide the right arm up and over, stretching the right fingertips away from your right outer knee, and turning your gaze up toward the ceiling. Your left fingertips may graze the calf, but it's fine to also just keep the hand right on the outer left thigh. And you're breathing through that left side seam on the inhale, looking up. Exhale, press that left hand away Reach back behind you and interlace your fingers, dropping your knuckles down. And then tone your core. Take a big step forward with your right foot, sinking into a lunge, letting the inner thighs spread apart gently, rooting through the top of your left foot. And then release your hands to frame that front foot, tuck your left toes, lift your left thigh, spin that outer left heel down, and then start to drag that right leg towards straight and fold over that right leg into Parsvottanasana, melting your forehead toward your right shin. Breathing there. And then we're really rooting through that outer left heel. Keep your right hand where it is on the floor or your ankle. The right leg is pretty straight. You're going to take the left hand onto your back and then try to wrap your left hand around. Try to bind it on top of the right thigh or just keep your hand on the hip. From there, bend your right knee over the heel, keeping that left hand wherever it is. Sweep your right arm up and overhead into reversing the warrior, looking up toward the sky. We're going to straighten the right leg all the way. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, bend that right knee. Gently cartwheel your arms forward. Release your hands to frame that front foot. Swing the left heel over the toes, and we'll step into plank or a tabletop position. Squeeze your elbows in and lower down onto your belly. Take your feet flat. Now, any amount of cobra pose on the inhale, drag your palms back, spread your chest, and then exhale your way through a child's pose with toes tucked, and we'll come up into one downward dog. Pedaling out the feet. Pressing the heels of the hands away from your toes. Letting the head dangle down. Tuning back to your breath in a sense of ease in your effort. And let's gently make our way into a plank pose. Touch your knees down very lightly into a tabletop. And then stand up on your knees again. And let's interlace the hands back behind us with the awkward finger on top. We want to be a little bit more toward the back of our mat. Lift up your chest. Find a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, ribs in, come to neutral. Slide that left foot forward. And let the inner thighs move apart so you get a nice stretch through the inner thigh psoas. Tone your lower belly so the lower ribs are moving in toward each other, toward the belly button. Looking up toward the sky, lift your chest, then release your hands to frame that front foot. The back toes are tucked if they aren't already. Lift your right knee, spin your right heel down, and then start to drag that left sitting bone straight. And fold over that left leg, whatever amount you can. Gently peeking at your left hip, the right hip point rolling forward and down toward the floor. Then start to lift up, lengthen through the crown of the head. Straighten that left leg, and then start to take your left hand around onto the back and turn left rib toward right rib and try to bind your fingertips on top of that left thigh to pull the right shoulder away from the ear. Or just keep your right hand on your back or hip. Whatever's available in this triangle variation. Look up toward the ceiling, if that's okay on your neck. Then start to bend your left knee, pressing through both feet. Make your way toward reverse warrior with the left arm reaching up and over. And you're gazing up toward the sky. We're going to straighten that left leg all the way. For the inhale, exhale, bend the left knee. Gently cartwheel the arms forward. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Swing that right heel over your toes, and we'll take one big step to downward dog. You can always go through a plank pose with that chaturanga, followed by a back bend, and come back to downward dog if that's your practice. I know that some yogis who practice with me prefer more chaturangas than I tend to add. I like to be a little more gentle on the shoulder joints to prevent overuse of the shoulder joint, and that's why I usually limit the number of repetitive chaturangas. But still, they can be nourishing and feel good if your alignment's correct. From this downward dog, we're going to go ahead and come into plank. Nice alignment with the shoulders over the palms, gazing gently ahead. And then drop your knees down, cross your ankles, sit behind your heels, thumbs up, uncross, bring your feet to the floor, mat width distance apart. Take a big windshield wiper with both knees pointing over to the right. Walk your hands around onto your mat, sitting really tall. Tented fingers. Wrap the left hip around toward the belly. Deep inhale into the belly. Exhale, gently come back around. Windshield wiper both knees to the left. Left foot a little flexed. Walk your hands around. Sit up really tall. Lift through the back of the head. Inhale, expand your belly. Exhale, gently unwind. Bring your soles of feet together. Reach your arms forward with a nice press through the palms. And then start to come down, belly in. And then go ahead and reach forward. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, draw back, belly in. Inhale, forward, feet press. Exhale, let's make our way all the way down and bring your knees in and hug your knees right in toward your body and rock side to side. Nice massage for your back. Massaging out your back. And then release your feet onto the floor, hip width distance apart. Lay your lower back long on the ground. Go ahead and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, finding that figure 4. And if it's available, thread the needle and kick that left foot toward the ceiling and slip your interlace of your hands behind that left thigh with both feet flexed. As you draw the left thigh toward your body, press your right inner knee away so your right thigh bone wraps into the hip. And relax and notice how you feel. Notice the area of the most sensation. Tune into your breath. And one more inhale to hug that left leg closer. When you exhale, lightly uncross and bring both feet on the floor. Then reach your arms overhead. Take a stretch, fingertips away from your toes. You could lift your hips up into a gentle bridge moment. And then roll your back down. And we'll cross that left ankle on top. And if it's available, thread the needle and kick that right heel toward the sky. The left inner knee moves away, and you can let the head just really relax. Press your lower back toward the floor. And then very gently, we'll draw that right thigh toward the body, left knee presses away, and we'll uncross into a full happy baby, evening out the hips. Elbows on insides of knees, hands on the ankles or the outside edges of the feet, and the soles of feet face the sky. Massaging the back out, rocking in happy baby. If the outer feet aren't available, it's fine to just have the ankles or shins. Then we're going to bring the soles of feet together, and I'm offering an optional Matsyasana fish pose variation today with the feet together like prayer hands. Wrap your hands in front of your ankles and lift your gaze and look towards your toes. And then keeping your shoulders lifted, if it feels all right, just let your head fall back. Open up your throat like that. And we'll inhale together, exhale, stick your tongue out. Opening up the throat, and then just allow the chin to soften. Release the outer edges of the feet onto the floor just for a moment, and then slide the heels out straight. Flex your feet and then let the feet go, and we'll find a nourishing restorative shavasana with arms either alongside the body or resting your hands on your torso. Tune into your breath and how you feel today, letting all of your stress and tension dissolve away for a little while as you breathe and settle, and let the movement you did integrate. Allow the mind to settle and soften the eyes, the jaw, relaxing, letting the tongue melt down toward the bottom of the mouth, toward the tailbone, toward that space in between your heels. Take a moment to invite compassion for all that is right now, completely whole in this moment. Cultivating a sense of contentment in the journey. Invite compassion for this self in this moment in time, and also gratitude for anything at all to be grateful for today. And we'll start to wiggle our toes. Take your hands and just cup them on your face for a second, either on your eyes or on your forehead. And offer your brain some warmth, letting it soften, trusting your own intellectual capabilities, and also bringing your hands onto the chest, bringing your hands right onto the upper chest, trusting your own compassionate heart. And then bring your hands onto the belly. And we're trusting your own intuition and your own internal guide. Let's hug the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze, and gradually roll to either side, resting for a moment before slowly pressing up to sit. When you get here, let's inhale, sweep the arms out and up, and exhale, press the hands down through the central channel. Taking a moment to bow chin to chest, thanking yourself for showing up, for your dedication to yourself and your practice. And I thank you for joining me. Wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and always trust on the journey. Namaste. So grateful that you're here. Like, share, subscribe. Super thanks button, as always brings me lots of joy to receive those super thanks donations from my community. And if you're enjoying this challenge, let me know in the comments, and send some nice, respectful comments. It would be so great for me to see. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 9. Keep it up, and please keep it up with me every day. Take care. Bye-bye.